News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
An armed suspect still at large after an early morning convenience store robbery. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. Congratulations, you made it. It's Friday, July 15th, 2016. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Clouds kind of backlit by the rising sun. We have a mostly clear sky right now, 48 degrees in Missoula. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Western Montana New Holland, south of the Y on Highway 10 across from the Axmat. Now offering special financing, 0 down up to 84 months on approved credit. Our top story this morning, Missoula police investigating an armed robbery that occurred at the PS Mini Mart on North Reserve about 4 a.m. Sergeant Mike Hebert told me this morning the suspect was armed with a revolver and was last seen westbound through the alley behind the convenience store. He's described as a white male with reddish blonde hair, dressed in black with a black hoodie. Police say the suspect should be considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Missoula Police Department at 552-6300 or Crime Stoppers at 721-4444. 46-year-old Sean Lee Evans is in the Missoula County Jail this morning, charged with felony forgery and theft charges. Deputy County Attorney Celine Kepke asked Judge Lindley Holloway for $20,000 bail.
He's charged with felony forgery by common scheme and misdemeanor theft for stealing numerous checks from mailboxes, washing them and cashing them for hundreds of dollars for his own personal use and to support his meth addiction. He's currently in custody on a petition to revoke and other misdemeanors.
Kepke says Evans has a lengthy criminal history starting back in 1999 with various convictions in several states, including Oklahoma, California, Washington, and now here in Montana. Kepke says Evans simply has no respect for the justice system.
We believe that the defendant's criminal history shows he has zero regard for the law or court orders based on his numerous failures to appear, and many of these offenses were committed while serving on prior suspended sentences. The state's also researching into whether or not Mr. Evans would be a persistent felony offender here.
Judge Holloway agreed and set bail for Evans at $20,000. A Manhattan man who saw a judge dismiss charges that he killed his wife while driving under the influence is suing the investigators and prosecutors in the case. The Bozeman Daily Chronicle reports Michael Sewell filed his lawsuit Monday, alleging negligence, malicious prosecution, violation of his constitutional rights, and infliction of emotional distress. Sewell was charged with felony vehicular homicide while under the influence in the January 2012 death of his wife, Jennifer Sewell, in a crash near Bozeman. Gallatin County District Judge Mike Salvani dismissed the case in December of 2014, ruling that investigators didn't preserve key evidence and gathered some evidence without warrants. Salvani also found the prosecutors did not have probable cause to charge Sewell. Officials with the state's Risk Management and Tort Defense Division declined comment, as did Gallatin County Attorney Marty Lambert. A Manhattan man who saw the deadly targeting of police officers in a mass shooting last week in Dallas has grabbed headlines across the country and around the world. Texas may seem a long way from Montana, but Missoula Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh says the news hit hard here at home.
Missoula is not immune from the emotion and the gut-wrenching feelings from an event like this, and Missoula PD is no exception. When some of our brothers or sisters go down, it bothers us. And the community of Missoula has really come out and expressed their appreciation for us.
Welsh says more Missoulians have gone out of their way to say thank you to local officers over the past week.
I'm seeing it on social media where people are visiting our Facebook page, but officers out on the street are seeing it also. Just people coming up and telling them thank you for what they do every day. So it's been really nice. It's unfortunate that these kind of tragedies are when we see this kind of stuff for the most part, but it always is nice to have somebody tell you that they appreciate you and what you do.
The deaths of 5 officers in Dallas during last week's shootings offer a sobering reminder that law enforcement officers put their lives on the line every day. Montana health officials have fired 2 employees for providing the Social Security numbers and other personal information of 185 child care providers to 3 state legislators. The Associated Press obtained copies of letters mailed to the Republican lawmakers from Department of Public Health and Human Services Director Richard Opper, asking them to destroy the information and provide a list of other sensitive information given to them by the former state workers last fall. The three legislators, Representative Tom Burnett, Senator Roger Webb, and Senator Bob Keenan, say they did nothing wrong. Webb and Keenan deny receiving personal information. Burnett referred questions to his attorney. They're among several Republicans pressing the state for information about its health programs. David Hansen, one of the fired workers, says he's contesting his termination. After an announcement that Colstrip Units 1 and 2 will be shut down over the next 6 years due to a legal settlement over an environmental lawsuit, Montana Senator Steve Daines is criticizing President Obama's fringe environmental groups and fellow Montana Senator John Tester over what he describes as, quote, a step backwards, end quote, for Colstrip.
We have voted several times here on legislation to move forward to stop the President's Clean Power Plan, to stop what's going on at the EPA. Harry Reid and the Democrats it requires 60 votes to get something passed in the Senate. We still do not have a 60-vote threshold, and that includes the senior senator from Montana on this. I mean, I would hope we stand together on this, battling for Colstrip to save these jobs.
According to Daines, the loss of Colstrip would be bad for Montana's tax revenues and devastating to the Crow tribe.
The unemployment rate right now out in Indian country and the Crow reservation is north of 30%. If they lose their coal jobs, the unemployment rate on the Crow reservation goes north of 80%. It is devastating for the economy right now out in Indian country, where they already suffer from poverty and a lot of challenges there on the reservation.
Even if Tester were to side with Daines to get rid of the Clean Power Plant, it would take many more Democrats to switch sides. And many know him from the hit Netflix show Making a Murderer, working on the counsel of Stephen Avery. He's also the author of Worse Than the Devil, Anarchists, Clarice Darrow, and Justice in the Time of Terror. UN Productions marketing coordinator Chanel Packinen says Wisconsin attorney Dean Strang is set to present at the Denison Theater Friday, October 7th.
The conversation will begin at 8 p.m. and will center on many of the implication of Steve Avery's case featured in the Netflix documentary Making a Murder, as well as his systematic failures in the criminal justice system. He worked 5 years as Wisconsin's first federal defender, is a shareholder in 3 of the state's leading criminal defense firms, and a co-founder of Strang Bradley LLC. He's an adjunct professor at Marquette University Law and the University of Wisconsin Law and University of Wisconsin's Division of Continuing Studies.
Tickets are $25 for the general public, $15 for U of M students with a valid Grizz card. Tickets will go on sale Thursday, April 14th, which was yesterday. Tickets are on sale now at all GrizzTix locations. All right, News Talk time is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly sunny skies today with a slight chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. High temperatures will top out in the low 80s. Tonight will drop back into the 40s, mid-70s for highs on Saturday, back into the 80s Sunday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.